Oh yeah. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Flossi Podcast. If this is your first time here, no, this is not a puppy podcast. This is a quit that. This is a making podcast. I'm Claire. I'm a maker and a designer for knitwear. But before we start this episode, I just need to introduce the newest member of the Flossi team. This is Sprout, our new little boy. He's very chewy, but actually doesn't hurt too much. And he's very sweet. He seems to be fitting in very well. And if you've been here for a while, you already know we are the proud pupper parents to Tilly, the ginger tornado, who is downstairs with my husband right now. Tilly is slowly adjusting to having a new little brother in the house. It's a lot of mischief though. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello and say this is Sprout and we're very excited to have him. And the house is carnage. So enjoy this moment of calm that I have created behind us here, because the rest of the house is utter chaos. Although our floor's never been cleaner, has it? Because someone has had a couple of accidents and we've had to thoroughly clean it. So that's been fun. But yeah, before we start on with all the woolly goodness, I thought I'd let him say hello. You'll be seeing a lot more of him. And of course, the Tilly pup. And now, so we can get on with the woolly goodness in peace, I'm going to take him to Chris downstairs so he can snuggle with him. Yeah, I know. You did good. You did good. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? We'll be right back. Well, I will at least. I'm back. He did really well. He, oh my God, he's so cute. But, ooh, puppies. When we had Tilly, I remember afterwards saying never again. And there is definitely a reason for that. They're a lot of work. But that being said, I wouldn't change Tilly for the world. And I have a feeling Sprout's going to be exactly the same. And they're going to be busy mates soon. Although right now, Tilly keeps looking at me as if to say, what did you do? What did you bring into the house? But it's going to be fine, she says, hopefully. But anyway, after that introduction, welcome to this new episode. I hope you're all well. I have lots of woolly updates to share with you today alongside the puppy updates. Tilly's downstairs right now with Sprout. She may be along in a little while, but yeah, you know what she's like. She gets a little camera shy. I have lots of woolly updates to share with you today, so we're going to jump right in. Because honestly, I've been in a bit of a slump, knitting-wise. I was away in Calgary, so there wasn't as much time to knit. And the one project I was knitting on, which I shared with you in the last episode, which was the yellow vest top I was working on, is right here, which I'm blanking on the name right now. I'll pop it in the bottom right here. But if you watched my last episode, you'll know I was working on this lovely vest top with these really interesting, side detail. It's a little crinkly right now. And it's a really, really nice pattern. So don't take the fact that this is a fail for me, anything to do with the pattern. I know exactly what I did. At the time when I was picking my sizing, I had it in my head that I wanted something that was that had more positive ease than it's suggested in the pattern. Because I was basing it on another top that I love wearing, which is a V-neck, and it's linen for one, so it's got a slightly different drape to it, and it's got quite a bit of positive ease, and I thought I want the same fit as that, but it just doesn't work for this style. For one, this is wool and silk, so this is Black Yarn's Samite. It's a discontinued yarn that I've had in my stash. This is the second project I've started to knit it up into, and it's beautiful. The yarn is absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that it's discontinued now I think I'm also being slightly overly precious with it because I don't want to knit it into something that I'm not going to wear. When I tried this on, I was like, ooh, because I was just trying to work out where I should bind off, how long I wanted it. And as soon as I put it on, even though it's not blocked, I could tell just the way it was kind of just like sitting. I knew it was just going to end up not being worn, and that made me really sad. So as lovely as the pattern is, and I will definitely knit it again with another yarn for next summer. But for right now, for this project, it's getting frogged, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. I actually really, really enjoyed knitting this. So the fact that I'm going to unravel it doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people, a lot of family members, when I do things like this, are always like, are you unraveling it again? Why would you? You've done so much. And I'm like, yeah, but I really enjoyed working on it. It was perfect from the plane while I was going to Calgary and back. It was a great project, and I'm definitely going to knit it again, but I also want something that I'm going to wear. So yeah, I class it as a success in knitting time and a fail in the final project. And that is okay. I actually already know what it's going to turn into as well. I'm going to unravel, and Aimee Sher, who's a fabulous designer, is launching a new pattern, the Sassy V-neck, next week, and it is right up my street. It's like a classic staple wardrobe piece. It's top-down raglan with a V-neck, and you know I love a top-down raglan, especially in a stockinette. I wear my vanilla heirloom sweaters all the time. I have 3 of them. So I just know it's going to be something that I'm going to wear all the time. And this is the perfect yarn for it. It's the perfect amount. And because it is like, so it's a 4-ply, it's a fingering weight yarn, I'm going to be able to layer it in the future with other woolly cardigans. So yeah, that is my plan. So I started off saying it was a fail. It's not a fail. It's just not working out as I expected it to, and that's okay. That's all a part of knitting. I think you can do so many swatches, you do so many plans and all these things, but sometimes projects just don't work out, and that's okay. Look how good that yellow is though. I'm obsessed with it. So 3rd time's the charm. Maybe by next time I'll have started my Sassy V-neck. The pattern's out next week, so do check that out. I'll put the link to Aimee's, all Aimee's details below, because she has some beautiful, beautiful patterns. So do check her out. And yeah, and if you already know about that pattern and you're planning your own Sassy V-neck, let me know as well, because, you know, we can knit it at the same time maybe. So briefly moving on to my Aimee, I want to give you a really quick update, because I know this has become quite a favourite project here on the podcast, and I love it too, and I've been really missing working on it lately, because especially now I'm just up to like the nice relaxing stockinette. I just need to finish off the body and then do the sleeves, so you know, still quite a bit to go. But as you can see, I've not got super far, but I have got far enough to, because you know I went back and forth on what colour I was going to do the body, and I eventually decided on carrying on with a pink. So I just wanted to show you, now that I've got a little bit further, I'm pretty chuffed with my decision. So I'm going to be doing the hem and the cuffs in the peachy colour, just to kind of pull it all in together, and it's going to be lovely. But I need to go and get some more of the pink from Fia in Halifax, which is my new favourite local yarn store. I just haven't been able to get over there with me travelling, and then I did something to my knee. I don't know what. I have to go and get an x-ray on it tomorrow morning. So I haven't been able to go very far since I got back. But yeah, so I haven't been able to get to Fia. But I'm just going to order it online, and they deliver. They're fabulous. Definitely check out Fia if you're in the area. And then I'll be able to carry on with my Aimee, which is going to be really good. The puppies are playing. It's going to be really good because I've got quite a few projects lined up for the next few months or so. Well, the next month I've got quite a few things going back and forth that are going to be a little bit more technical, I guess. Not super technical, but it's going to be nice in between to be able to just pick up something that's just stockinette and fluffy. So yeah, so that is you up to date with what I was previously working on. But we're actually going to do a bit of a throwback now because my Joni sweater is done, the pattern's done, and it's ready for test knitting. I'm super excited. So if you don't know about my Joni sweater, I originally did the Joni cardigan and it was released last October. And I absolutely love that pattern. You really liked it too. It was named for Joan Hickson from the ITV Marple series back in the 1980s. And it was just a really fun pattern, and a lot of you reached out afterwards asking for a sweater version of it. And that's what we've done, which is right here. Here she is. So this is the sweater version. So let's have a little chat about her. What I want to do, I wanted a sweater version, but I wanted to take the opportunity for doing like a sibling pattern to the cardigan I didn't just want to copy it detail for detail and just, you know, because I could have just kept the pattern exactly as is, kind of. It was more complicated than that, as I found out later. And just, you know, made sure it closed, basically. But the cardigan had a very deep V to it, which I did purposely because I really like cardigans that come down a little further. I think it's a fun way to show off all the tops underneath, especially like a nice little 1950s inspired blouse. If you can hear the puppies in the basement, do excuse me. They're still getting used to each other, and honestly, if they're playing together, that makes me so happy. So if you hear the odd woof thing, do excuse us. The house is chaos. But getting back to Joni, I wanted the V-neck to be shorter on the sweater for a couple of reasons. One, it really reflects that period that it was influenced by, so the 1950s, that kind of era. And two, it just makes it a lot more wearable. This way, you can still very easily put a little collared shirt under there or whatever you want for a little fun and a little bit of flair. But if you just want to wear it plain without anything underneath and like make the most of the little all the must-stitch ribbing that is on the collar, then you can do that too. It just makes it a lot more versatile, and yeah, and I really liked that. It's got the same shaping at the collar as the cardigan did, where I carried 2 stitches up either side just to create that nice clean line at the collar, at the V-neck, sorry, and then it's the same must stitch 2x2 rib, and the same on the split hem, which is exactly the same as the cardigan. So the split hem includes the cable patterns too, which travel all the way up and up the shoulders in the same way that the cardigan does. The other thing that I really wanted to do with the sweater version is choose a yarn that worked for it in one single strand. So the cardigan, I used Bishi and Whoosh. Do I ever say that right? I hope I'm saying it even in the ballpark of what it's supposed to be. Well, Bishi and Whoosh, Le Petit Lambswool and Le Petit Silk Mohair held double. I love holding 2 yarns double. It's really fun. It's a really fun way to use up stash yarn as well if you've got a couple of lighter weight yarns that you want to double up, and it makes a really beautiful fibre. However, It can also make for quite an expensive project if you're purchasing the yarn straight out. So instead of just one, you're now purchasing 2 different types of yarn for the same project. And it can get really pricey, especially, you know, the larger the size you're going for, the more yarn you need, and it just really, really adds to that, your sweater budget. And that could be really nice sometimes, just if you're able to splurge on the exact yarns that you want. But let's face it, it's not always doable. I know it isn't for me, so I just thought it was a really nice opportunity to show like the sibling pattern in a single strand of yarn that is slightly different. It's not as floofy as a as the cardigan version, and but side by side you can then compare and then decide what it is that the kind of look you want to be going for. And it's really helpful then with choosing, you know, the kind of yarn you want to use, the kind of fibre that's in it. So the cardigan version used the lamb's wool and the silk mohair. This is John Arbon's Yarnadelic in the Sport Heavy 4-ply weight. This is the perfect weight comparison to holding the lamb's wool and the silk mohair double from the cardigan. So really, if you're replacing that combination from Bichu and Bouche, a sport weight is what you're looking for, but not all sport weights are created equal. So a sport weight heavy 4-ply is really kind of, once this pattern gets released, I'm gonna put a lot more information. I'm gonna do a blog post, because I'm bringing the blog back, that really delves into substituting yarn when it comes to those decisions to make. But this is also 100% Corriedale, Boltland's Corriedale, which is it's got a long staple length, which for wool fibre means you get quite a smooth yarn. It's got some luster to it, but it's also, when you look at it, it's got a little bit of a halo going on too. So it really was a good choice for this, because you get a little bit of that halo, not as much as you do from the Biche and Bouche with having that mohair content, but you still get a little bit of that kind of the halo to it, and because of the luster from the fibre having that long staple, it takes the dye beautifully, and it kind of gives this like slight, you can see it almost feels like it's glowing as you're shifting it around. So it's a good way to highlight the stitch pattern and to get that kind of like halo effect without going for mohair as well. So yeah, I just wanted to be able to show the cardigan and the sweater side by side and say, because yarn substitution can be kind of tricky, especially if you're a newer designer. It's so tempting if you need to substitute yarn, because I always substitute yarn, and I know a lot of you do too. If you're just starting out, it says, oh, another DK yarn or another sport weight yarn, you think, okay, cool, I'll go and buy another sport weight yarn, and then you try it out and you can't get gauge, it's way too heavy. Because if I had just said to you, go get a sport weight yarn, or if you just want a single strand, if you're doing the cardigan, and you went and got something, it can end up very heavy. It can end up with not the right look at all that you might be going for. So yeah, moving forward, I'm hoping every time I put a pattern out, and I'm going to be doing this on the actual pattern pages on my website too, give a lot more information about why I choose the yarn that I do, what effect it's giving to the overall pattern, and then if you want to try and substitute yarn, just to give you more information to make that process a lot easier, basically, is what I'm trying to do. And the reason I've been delving into that a lot more is because I am currently running my customer survey of 2023. It's open right now. I sent it out on in my newsletter last week. If you're on my newsletter list and you already received it and you filled in the survey, thank you so much. It has been so helpful reading through all your feedback and all your ideas and just getting to know what it is you like and your styles more. So just so you know, this is the second year I've done it. I send out a customer survey just asking lots of questions just to try and find out how I can serve you better, basically, the patterns I'm creating, what is going to be the most useful for you, what do you like, what motivates you to knit. In this survey, I kind of really delved in, asked a lot of quite personal questions really about your style, what your style is right now, what you'd like it to be, because I find style such an interesting topic. I really struggle with style, of what I like to wear, what I want to be wearing versus what I actually will wear, which is a tricky one. I think we all do that, where we see things that we'd love to wear and we make it, and then we find that for whatever reason we just don't wear it, and kind of get into why that is. It's all very, deep, I guess. But I find it fascinating, and I really want to be able to not only create patterns that you'll enjoy making and will enjoy wearing, but to make the process as fun as possible and to help you choose the right sizes, the right projects that you want to make, all that lovely stuff. So the customer survey really helps with that. And as a thank you for everyone filling it in, you get a 25% off code to use either in my Ravelry store or on my website. That code applies to however many patterns you want to purchase at the time. So if you've had your eye on a few, it's not just limited to one pattern. Just a little thank you for taking the time to fill it in, because it really helps me narrow down. And already I've got a whole list of things that I'm going to be moving forward with, of, retweaking some existing patterns. So I always base my hat sizes, the largest hat size, on my own noggin, because I have a fairly, I'm normally at the larger end of hat sizes. I've had a few people mention in that survey that when they bought a pattern, the larger size has not been large enough. So that's coming very soon. I'm going to be going through my hat patterns and making sure there are extra large sizes in there, just to bring those up to speed. And loads of exciting things. I got a lot of your thoughts on yarn substitution, and that's something that I really want to be able to help with more. It's not as simple as just getting the same yarn weight. You have to really, look at the fibres, kind of start understanding what different fibres, how they act. Things like drape, what does drape do? All those things. So I'm excited to jump into all that information with you. So if you would like to take part in my customer survey and share your thoughts with me, say what you'd like to see from me, what you'd like help with, what kind of content you like creating, kind of patterns you like, the link is below. And as I said before, if you complete that survey, you will get a 25% coupon to use, and that can be used in my Ravelry store or on my website. And I will be putting the test knit call up for Joni in my coffee, I always want to call it Ko-Fi, in my coffee group first, because they get first dibs on all test knits, but then I'll be opening it up in the day or so after that. So that's going to be happening, what day is it? It's Wednesday, so I'll be popping it in my coffee page by tomorrow, and then by the weekend, once I've filled in spots for my coffee members, I'll be sending it out in my newsletter, in my test knit email newsletter. So if you'd like to sign up to get that, please do check out below. I put a link in for you to sign up for test knits. And yeah, I hope you're excited as me for Joni. The pattern is going to be released in October, so a little ways to go, but it's going to be a fun way to really kick off autumn knitting. But yeah, that's it for today, I think. I'm gonna go and release the hounds from the basement, including my husband. But it's been really nice to sit down and chat with you again. I'm loving going through all the information you're sharing in the survey. I've got lots of exciting ideas coming up, including I'm going to be starting work on a big overhaul on the website next. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, have fun until I see you again, which should be in 2 weeks' time. I should be back to my regular schedule now I've finished travelling, and hopefully once we get settled down with the puppies. And yeah, I can't wait to speak to you again. If you enjoyed this episode, please do give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed and you would like to be, please do subscribe. And if it was rubbish, give it a thumbs down. Although I'm assuming if you thought it was rubbish, you've already stopped watching, which is also fine. But I will see you here again in 2 weeks. Have a great rest of the day and week, and I will speak to you very soon. Lots of love. Bye.